Bay, you name them. And the rent that our kids pay here, and then all of us in here, that affects every one of us. It affects our education. So we gotta fight. We have to fight. Your fight is our fight too. Yes, we don't want to go down and talk about residential school. But I want to share this with you because again, this comes to me by non-native. You need to move on from residential school. You got paid. Well, my God. If your grandparents were treated some of the ways that my grandparents were treated in residential school, would $10,000 make you forget it? No. There was sexual abuse, there was sexual assault. One of my relatives, one breakfast of many stories, there was bugs in their cereal. They were made to eat it, or they got locked up in a dark room for days in. Now, if I give you $10,000, would you forget that? So please don't go down that road again. Yes, but don't ever ask me to ask my elders to forget it. No amount of money will ever forget what this country did to us in them schools. I was in Thunder Bay two summers ago. This individual tapped me on the shoulder. He said, Glenn, he says, so I looked around, it was older gentleman. He said, you don't recognize me, eh? And I said, well, I'm sorry, no, I don't. And he said, you really don't? I said, well, no, I don't. And I said, why? Where did I see you or meet you? And he said, well, 41 years ago. Well, geez. But you know, when he told me his name, it was the very man that was hired by Ontario, I guess, to come and teach and try to knock the goddamn language from me. I have to say that, but I'm sorry, but I do. Because he was up there at the Friendship Center teaching our Ojibwe language to our elders, a non-native. That makes me mad. Our language, I believe no one can teach us our language but our own people. We were born with this, not the Southerners. We were born with this, our language. So again, I just have to share that. And again, we're not going anywhere. You know, I've had my share of years working off the reserve, 18 years, and I put up with a lot. I put up with a lot of things in the restaurant as a truck driver. We almost into fights and everything because I'm an Indian. But I lived through it. And I went through it, but ever since I came into politics, I ain't going nowhere. I wish I started my young life in politics. I think about my 9th Prime Minister. And I think I'm at 14 or 15 Minister of Indian Affairs. And I don't know how many other ministers. So we're not going nowhere. And even if should somebody take my job from me as a citizen of Chiging, I will still keep on fighting for our rights. So to all of us here, again, if I can still just a few more minutes, I did main commissioner for governance for our communities that we represent for a few of in Ontario. And one of the things I'm really encouraging our leadership to grab is a constitution for our communities. So we can stand up in court and fight for what our rights are. We have to govern ourselves. We have to say how our people live now. No one else should tell us that. Another thing that really amazes me is there's one Indian act in the world. Where's the Chinese act? Where's the non-native act? Where's Why us? We run our own education, we run our own health services, we run our own social services, our own economy. Why can't we control our own citizens who belongs with us?
We put a lot of people out of work. I'm sorry, but we put a lot of people out of work in Indian Affairs if we did.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, I have to share those frustrations with all of us here. And one of the things, there's another love letters I wrote here. One of the things that I found out why we lose our kids to the society, to the country, and they lose their status when they get taken away from our communities, all right? I just found out the other day that I think the main reason why they take our kids away, why are none of our homes passed for a foster home? We don't have foster homes, we don't have foster parents because of the questionnaires. And of all the 27 years I've been involved in child welfare, this is the first time I've seen this last week, and I wish I never did. I wish I never did. An example, what they ask, what the society asks our people if we want to open our homes or take some of our kids back. Now, I'm going to take really, describe your early dating experience. Describe your early sexual experience. How sexual compatible are you and your partner? Has your partner ever physically forced you to have sexual contact against your will? And then this big one. I should ask this every time now we hire somebody outside a First Nation background, because this is what they ask of us. So if you come and look for jobs in my community, this is the thing I should ask them, is your financial background, your real estate, your vehicles, how much have you got, your RRSPs, your stocks, mutual funds, GICs, bank accounts. What does that have to do to love a child? Right? And an empty cupboard. My grandmother has an empty cupboard. Any one of you go in there, you will come out with a full stomach. But yet, the society goes in there, all the cupboard's empty. Away the kids go. So again, we are taking control. We are going to govern our own communities. But man, it'd be nice if we can do it alone, not together. President Obama was never supposed to be president. I want to see, before I die, I hope some Anishinabek First Nation in Ottawa, in Canada, representing us.